I had to, I had to go with the cat theme with this picture that we're coloring in our journal tonight. I love that old stray cat strut. Welcome to tonight's coloring social. Whether you have started your page or whether you're sitting with an empty page, or perhaps you brought a different page with you because you've already done the cat. I want to welcome you. My name is Jennifer Ogilvy, and just really happy to be here with you. I love the coloring socials. I love this time, what it means for us to sit still for a little bit, decompress, hang out with everybody. And yes, I know there are cat people who are rejoicing, Casey. They love this month's page in our journal to color. So I've got oh good, Brenda says she's got her own art piece. I'm so glad that you are just taking this time to lean into your creativity. I do kind of like to think of our coloring time as just that a little creative few minutes with ourselves. So whether you're coloring or working on another project, you just want to kind of chill with the Sonder family. We're glad you're here. And with me on the call tonight, you've got Team Jennifer in the house. Jennifer Krippner is my co-facilitator. She'll be looking at the chat. And as we know, the chat tends to be a little quieter at our coloring socials because we are working on our art projects, and so that keeps our hands kind of busy and engaged. But I'm so glad you're here. I love our little graphic there about the kitty cat says, I feel confident about about that human looking at us. I think they can create a beautiful life. True. I will send my best purse to them. Me too. So glad you're here. I think you can create a beautiful life too. You're here for a beautiful part of your day. And we've been leaning into confidence this month. And so, yes, Catherine, former educator, that's me. My teacher reading voice. You can't take it out of me. But confidence has been so great. I love how it sandwiched or springboarded off of our month of ambition, where we really did some deep digging into ourselves. And I think confidence is such a good walk for all of us, no matter what age and stage we are in life. And I've really enjoyed exploring like the weekly prompts and kind of figuring out what confidence looks like for me in this chapter of my life. So we're going to take a few moments to kind of look at confidence through the lens of creativity tonight. There are those community guidelines that we always like to share. And just that reminder, this is a safe space when we are gathered together with our fellow Silk and Sonder family. And so, of course, we want to keep it in a real positive vibe, but we are also here for one another. And just a reminder that this time is a tool for you to explore in your journal, whether you're doing a journaling prompt or working on a creative type thing like our coloring page. Just take care of yourself no matter what. And tonight we're gonna have a little opening activity. We're gonna have our time to color. I know y'all are gonna laugh at me. I have found all the cat songs that I could find. So you might want to kind of, we'll be naming that tune as our time together is spent listening to those musical selections, and then we will close. So love these two graphics right here. Um, Very oftentimes we are like that pencil and that crayon. I'm not sharp enough. I'm not colorful enough. And we compare ourselves to other people in this world, or we measure ourselves to what we think we should be, but it's not a true reflection of who we are. That reminder that comparison kills that creativity in us. You do you, that reminder of being confident in that. And I was inspired by the graphic of that cat looking at this majestic beast in the mirror. What matters most is how you see yourself. So, for our opening prompt this evening, I'd like you to find just a small space somewhere in your journal, a notes page. Maybe grab that thoughts journal or your sidekick journal where you do some of these extras in. And I want you to just very quickly consider this journal prompt. What role does creativity play in your confidence? And then recall a time in your life when embracing creativity left you feeling confident. And I want you to consider what it takes as you pursue a creative endeavor, that risk taking, just giving it a whirl, doing those first few steps and getting going, making mistakes along the way, and how that feeds into your confidence. Having fun, letting go of those preconceived ideas. And for me, when I consider the role of creativity and confidence, I think of some of the projects that I've finished. I kind of like to do quilting now that I've got a little more time in my life. And, they're never perfect. But boy, that feeling of accomplishment when I have completed that creativity project. So for me, it would be that quilt making. So I'm going to just put on a quick song and I want you to kind of explore that creative side of you. And we all have it. You may not tap into it enough. So really kind of think about, or maybe this is a great time to think about, maybe I should explore creativity and kind of think about what that would look like in terms of your self-confidence. Feel free to share in the chat, and I'll be back in just a moment after we do this prompt to check in with you. Okay, this is a very creative group. I saw everything from watercolors and yarn fiber arts, sewing, quilting, watercolors, um, the cake decorating. Oh, that's something I would love to like make the pretty frosting roses. Yes, creating crafts. Those diaper cakes are great, Rachel. I think those are so fun. And when you accomplish, you're looking at your end product, there is so much confidence in that. So I want to encourage you to embrace that creativity that's deep down inside and make time for yourself to be creative. You're here, you are a colorist this evening. Yes, oh, Catherine, baking. Yes, when that maybe you're a cook and that end result of this fabulous dish. So think about that, all the different ways you can be creative. And thank you guys for sharing tonight. I think when we can be proud of our creative endeavors, it definitely does something for our confidence. So we've got this cat page this month. And so I've got several slides for some inspiration in case your page is still blank and you haven't started. And again, I don't care what you're coloring. I'm just glad you've carved this time out for yourself and you're with us. But there's some pop culture cats for some inspiration. Yes, and Jen saying, let's turn to that page. There's Hello Kitty and the cats from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood and Grumpy Cat. Of course, we've got Garfield and Morris the cat. So cats have been such a part of our pop culture. And then there's our page. And I just want to point out a couple of things before we get going with our music. Look at this page on the left. This person just outlined all the little details, no coloring, just this follow the line. Very cathartic, very good way to sit and breathe and just kind of take the page in without getting bogged down in those details. Now, mine is on the right, and y'all, the toes, the cat's toes, for some reason, y'all are gonna think I'm nuts, but I just couldn't get past those toes. So I turned mine to into a heart so that it just kind of blended in with those other hearts. So again, a way for you to do that if you want to cover up those toes. And Shabir is asking, no, there is not a time for us to unmute. This is cameras off and microphones off. Now, Sonder family has shared some completed pages that I've pulled together for inspiration in case you needed to kind of figure out where to start. And you can see these cats are very detailed, which is a-okay. You're welcome to color in all of those spaces. I've also peppered in some fun cat quotes in case you wanted to incorporate those within, your page somewhere. Then look at the two cats that are colored black. That's a great way to not worry about those tiny spaces. So I've mentioned before, there are good days and bad days for coloring for me, depending on what's going on in with the old arthritis. So embrace just doing big chunks of color if it's difficult for you, or maybe your vision isn't so great for those tiny spaces. Those are great examples of how those pages can be done. And again, some more just different ways of approaching the page, whether you're using markers, colored pencils, crayons. And then there's our orange cats, a whole collection of them with just some fun. We've loved the Valentines this month. So I'm going to just put on a chunk of music for you as you lean into whatever creative endeavor you're working on this evening. If you're coloring an alternate page, I'd love to know what you're doing or what you are working on, just to know. And I'll come back in and check with you in just a few minutes. Y'all enjoy. Take some really big breaths to kind of center your practice. Let your brain quiet down and relax those shoulders as we dig into these pages. And again, I'll be back to check in with you in just a few minutes. I'm just checking in on you, making sure that you are taking time to breathe. Notice your body. That's very important during this coloring practice. If you've been here to a coloring social before, you know that I like to share all the science behind what is actually going on in your brain while you are embracing a practice like coloring. You are settling all those hormones that had you fired up for the day. And this is such a good practice. Kind of, this time of day, especially as we are winding down. So continue to take those deep breaths, and just kind of, enjoy that practice, enjoy this time, pay attention to what your body is doing. Hopefully you've noticed that you've been able to relax and just kind of decompress from the day. And I'm going to put on some more music. Thank you for sharing as you've shared along in the chat this evening, and continue to share as you'd like. Let us know what's going on, and I'll be back in to check on you in just a little bit. Alrighty, my friends. I hate to get you out of your trance, but we do um stop at like the 45-minute mark just so that our hands don't get weary. I am so honored that you joined us for our practice tonight. This is a great meditation practice for you, and always remember, focus on the process of what you're doing, not necessarily the end result, because what you're doing is just giving your brain good stuff while you are embracing the practice. There are those QR codes that I want to be sure that I point out. Jen is dropping the direct links to those QR codes in our chat. And they will post this social. So if you wanted to just tune in again, just for, to listen to the music, I will drop my Spotify playlist. Now, I need to let you know it's my confidence list. So, buried among my confidence list, sort of at the end, are the cat songs. But they're also right there if you just want to grab a screenshot and create your own cat list for this page. And again, I just want to say thank you for carving out the time, realizing that you needed to have a little space for yourself. Coloring practice is so good for you. So continue to work on your page. I'm excited about March's page in our journal. I love doing florals. It's my second favorite. My mandalas is my first, florals is my second favorite. And I'll give you a pro tip. I've already made 3 copies of the page so that I can play around with it and do some different things. So you might want to make some copies. So save a blank space for us for next month's Coloring Social. It was great to be with you. I always just feel really good when I've hung out with you. So thank you for joining us, and I'll see you at another social very soon.